The first thing that we've been eating wrong is a mango once again. I mean, if you remember, we've already tried one way of eating a mango and that didn't go very well, so I'm excited to try this one. When I saw the video, I literally couldn't believe that it could be that simple, basically cutting it and pulling, so this will be very interesting. There's a lot of interesting ones in this video, but this one, for some reason, that's the one I wanted to start with. So I think what they do is like, they cut around it, and if you eat mango, you know there's like a very tough part in the center, so I think they just go like perfectly around. If you watch the video, which I did, I think what they do is they twist it a little before to loosen it up. So now, why is it not working? That's kind of what we were promised. Maybe there's a little bit too much like flesh on this side, but I mean, it wasn't that difficult actually. I feel like this is actually not a terrible way to eat it. So I guess what you do now is just eat this side with a spoon. So that's a very easy way to eat it with almost no waste. Visually, it is impressive, but I also have to keep it real and say that it seems like they didn't really think the process all the way through. Like, this is not that easy to eat, especially that side. Okay, so this one is not as ripe, so it's a little tougher. So I guess this one would be more realistic to see if you bought one from the supermarket. Okay. It still works exactly like it did in the video, like you still get that little gap. So in order to remove this, you'd still have to use your knife. Okay. Oh sh! My new jumper! But the good news is once you remove it, you can actually eat this with a spoon. Like, this is actually kind of perfect. Like, you just start eating it, and then you're just left with the skin. If you hate peeling off mangoes, I'm gonna say that this is 100% approved. This is kind of hard to believe because Pringles is just like one of the most iconic foods, like literally all over the world. So because it's so popular, it's kind of hard to believe that we've been eating it wrong. So first of all, I want to show you what is a very much a first world problem. You start eating the Pringles, and then when you get sort of like halfway through, or even maybe less than that, I think I've got about halfway through, it starts to get really difficult to literally put your hand in. I've got really small hands, so for me it's actually not that bad, but getting to the bottom, it's kind of hard to remove it without, first of all, getting crumbs all over your hands. And it's pretty simple because all you really need is some paper, so just literally any kind of like, you know, printing paper. So what you do is you fold this in 4 parts, is that what you call it? As you can see, I got my education from YouTube. If this works, this is an improved way of getting your Pringles out. So what you do is you put this all the way in, right? Pretty simple. And then, there you go. You can just easily enjoy your Pringles all the way to the end. You can pull it literally all the way. And if you don't finish everything in one go, you can just put it all the way back. And it looks exactly the same as it did in the beginning. I mean, it's pretty simple, so obviously this one is 100% approved. Will I use this again? I'm gonna say that if I was at home, I would probably use it because it is kind of annoying to like put your hand in it. So this one is another of those that comes from a viral video on Twitter, and I don't know why I think this one is going to be very difficult because that person on the video, they seem like a pro with a knife, so I'm trying to do the first step, which is oops, might have went a little too far there. So far so good, like the first step somehow it worked perfectly. So now I'm gonna find the little lines and sort of follow them all the way to the bottom. I think that's what they did. And this is the very last one. Oh my god, if this works, it's going to visually look so freaking cool. Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually works. Holy schnitzel, that is beautiful. Also, it was so easy. It was actually so easy to open the whole thing. If you wanted to eat one of the sides, you can honestly just grab it and just eat it. Even if you want to share with someone, this would be like the ideal way of doing it. I mean, it does make a bit of a mess, but if you're watching this and you think this is an improvement to your method, then I'm gonna say 100% approved. This next one is another one of those that is like, seriously, have we actually been eating this wrong, or are people just losing their mind? And honestly, I don't know what the truth is, but this is basically a better way to eat an ice lolly. And I think you call this, how do you call this in America? Is it popsicle? Let me know in the comment section. But basically, it's not like I have to show you how you eat a freaking ice lolly, because everyone knows how you do it. But basically, you grab the ice lolly and then you just start eating it. And especially if you're like a slow eater, sometimes when you're eating, it starts dripping and it starts to sort of go all over your hands, and then you get really sticky hands. And at least for me, that is truly kind of annoying, and is one of the reasons why I always go for something that doesn't drip all over my hands. So, according to the internet, there is a very simple way to do this. Okay, let me pick. You grab some cupcake liners, and yes, I'm not making this up. This is a real thing that people actually do. I mean, someone does. You grab your cupcake liner and then you insert it in the bottom of your... Oh my god, this is not as easy as I thought. Okay, you insert it in the bottom of your ice lolly and you sort of like just keep it there, really. Like, it doesn't have to be like tight or anything. And I wouldn't call it like a revolution on the way we eat ice cream or the way we eat iced lollies. I don't think it's that dramatically different, but maybe if any of you guys have got like younger siblings, or if you've got like children, maybe that would actually be a way you'd have less mess in your house. Because I know, like, I've got a lot of baby cousins, and I know that when they eat like something like this, there's freaking like handprints of sugar and stickiness literally everywhere. So I'm gonna say that it is approved. This is kind of smart. It does work, I guess. I mean, it's dripping on top of it, so I guess that's a good thing. This next one is definitely the craziest one in this whole video, because basically the normal way that everyone makes pancakes or crepes is basically you pour the batter on top of the pan and you cook it. You might flip it a little bit, you might even flip it in the air if you're feeling like wild like that. It turns out there is a better, simpler way to do this, and all you've got to do, and I'm not making this up, is flip it the other way around and cook it using this side. We're gonna pour the batter on the back of it and see if it cooks easy or if it doesn't stick. Because this is camping equipment, we're actually gonna have to do this outside. It says here, only use this outside, because I guess we could die. We've got the frying pan, we've got the pancake batter, and I don't really know how to operate this. Oh no, my socks are wet. Oh, freaking hell. So I've got a plate here that we're gonna transfer if this actually works. This is such a bad idea. Okay, so now I guess we wait for this to spread a little bit. Oh my god, it's dripping! No! Should I just leave it here for a second? I don't know if you can see, but like it's definitely bubbling up on top. Could it be that this actually works? I don't know. If this works, it should fall off this immediately. Oh shoot. I can't even touch it because it's too hot. This is ruined forever. Just friggin' come off the thing. Ah, no. This is... I'm so mad right now. This is the worst day of my life. I was actually so excited for pancakes. Oh, come on. This is dumb, but more important than that, I am dumb. Very much not approved. I mean, what else can I say? I'm very excited for this one because I actually wanted to include this one in one of the first videos, but it was so difficult to find a takeout place. They actually had these like old school like Chinese food boxes, but I managed to find one. Sometimes when you get like takeout food, and especially if you're like sharing with people, sometimes you remove the food and you sort of transfer it to a plate, and that is kind of like the best way to like put this on a plate that everyone can share. It's like the easiest way to do it, but I'm here to tell you that stop doing your dishes because according to some people, there is a much better, easier way to present this for sharing. So if this works, all you have to do is remove this little like metal thing, or if you don't have one, basically you just open up the box in whatever way it opens up. So once you remove that, you sort of get, you know, some boxes just come just like that without the metal thing. According to some people, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. We could have done this all along. You don't have to do the dishes anymore. All you have to do is just sort of open up the food, and first of all, you can just eat it like that if you want like the equivalent of a plate. Or if you want to share it with people, you can just transfer it. It's not really a new way to eat it. It's basically a way that you don't do as many dishes and you don't have to do as much cleaning, which honestly, I really appreciate. And for that reason, this video is turning out to be very useful. No, I'm not gonna tell you guys that we've been eating pizza wrong our whole lives. That is not the case. I hope so, at least. Not for this video. This one is about the way we reheat pizza. And basically the way I would do it, just keeping it real, is I put it in the microwave around 30 seconds and then I eat it. Is it great? Yes. Is there a way to improve it? I mean, I guess so, otherwise we wouldn't be here. I read in some food blogs that if you use a waffle maker and you place your leftover pizza on it, it's basically the perfect device to reheat it, because not only it's super non-stick, so I'm gonna close it because this is very, very hot already. I guess we just leave it like that. And also it's supposed to get really crispy in the bottom and the cheese will melt and it will be much more enjoyable than a microwaved like soggy slice of pizza. Keeping it real, I think you should use like a regular waffle maker for this, but I'm using a bubble waffle maker because I bought one for another video. Should we check if it's... It definitely is not sticking to it. Oh, that's really hot. Okay, let's see if the crust is crunchy. I guess I kind of already expected that, but it is truly crispy in the bottom. There is no way you could get this from microwaving it, so for that reason alone, I'm gonna say that this one is approved. Name a more iconic duo than Oreos and milk. So basically this one is not really a different way to eat the Oreos, it's more of the way you do it. I guess it is an improvement. So basically, if you're dipping Oreos in milk, which I guess a lot of people do, so you dip it and it gets to a certain point where you sort of have to dip your fingers in it, trying to get that last piece coated. Otherwise, there's two options. You either dip your fingers in the milk, and it's kind of gross, but we've all been there, or you sort of eat the last piece very crunchy. According to some people, an easy fix is to use your fork, and then it's supposed to not break the Oreo, and then you dip it in the milk. So I'm gonna dip it a little longer. I like it when it's kind of like soft. And there you go, a much cleaner, easier way to eat the Oreo. The thing is, you sort of have to eat it in one go because... well, actually you don't. It's very simple, this one. But I guess, like most of them in this video, I'm gonna approve it. I just want to say that actually today it was kind of surprising. I think most of them kind of worked. Obviously, some of them, would I use them on my everyday life? Probably not, but overall I'm gonna say that I was very happy with how it turned out. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a like. It means a lot to me, but it also lets me know that you guys want to watch a continuation to these videos, and I've been sort of getting a lot of tweets on making more parts of this, so I just want to say thank you for supporting all my different series. I've got a lot of different stuff coming up, so I think you guys will be excited about that as well. But I also enjoy to sort of expand the already existing series on my channel, and I honestly wouldn't do it without your support. So thank you to those of you who subscribe, those of you who tap the notification bell. It genuinely means a lot to me, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on my next video, which should be in 2 days, hopefully. So bye bye.